a little bit bad for her. You reap what you sow. That's correct. And now it is indeed a season of harvest for her. And again, if she apologizes, I will have a totally different perspective. But I'm gonna need that apology first for my cousin.
Y'all, grab your popcorn, because Hollywood's favorite feminist, Blake Lively, just got caught in the messiest scandal of 2025, and Candace Owens is holding the receipts. Think Blake's anxious? Honey, she's in full-blown crisis mode. Welcome back to Hollywood Stars Unfiltered, where we spill the tea hotter than a Starbucks latte. If you thought the Amber Heard trial was wild, wait until you see how Blake Lively's victim narrative just imploded. Spoiler, it's glorious. Don't hit pause. This is the drama you need to see.
She's definitely rambling, and you can sense she's uncomfortable and a lot of hand movements. But I'll also add that even when you see her walking the red carpet, she's suddenly very nice to fans. It's a totally different Blake Lively.
Let's rewind, honey. Blake Lively wasn't just any Hollywood starlet. She was the poster girl for performative wokeness. For years, she'd weaponized her girl boss persona like a Louis Vuitton shield. Remember her 2022 Forbes interview? "I'll always use my platform to uplift women," she declared, batting her lashes while sipping a matcha latte. She headlined Me Too fundraisers, preached about toxic masculinity on Good Morning America, and even launched a feminist cocktail brand. Because nothing says empowerment like a $25 lavender margarita. Fans ate it up, crowning her the woke queen of Tinseltown until 2024, when her crown slipped.
A very mean girl who will even use A-list power and the threat of dragons to take somebody down who just wanted to bring forth a movie that they were
In October of that year, Blake dropped a bombshell Vanity Fair expose accusing her Jane the Virgin co-star and director Justin Baldoni of dramatic pause, systematic emotional abuse, and professional sabotage. Cue the gasps. According to Blake, Baldoni had allegedly belittled her on set, manipulated scripts to diminish her character, and even threatened her career if she spoke out. The details were vague, but the headlines? Nuclear. Outlets like Variety screamed, "Blake Lively, survivor of Hollywood's dark side," while TMZ photoshopped Baldoni's face onto a mugshot with the caption, "Weinstein Jr.?" Baldoni, meanwhile, was blindsided. His Instagram statement, "I'm devastated by these false claims," got drowned in a tsunami of think pieces calling him the face of toxic masculinity.
Dragon, rawr. And she was like plotting the takeover of the movie.
But here's where the plot thickens. Blake's brave reckoning wasn't some organic outcry. Oh no, sis had a playbook. Leaked emails later revealed her team had prepped a media blitz months in advance, bribing journalists with exclusive access and allegedly cash payments to spin Baldoni as a villain. One People magazine insider confessed, "They sent us a 50-page dossier proving Baldoni's pattern of abuse. It was all fluff, no receipts." Even wilder? Blake's PR squad allegedly strong-armed studios into blacklisting Baldoni, threatening to leak damaging rumors if they didn't comply. It was less Me Too and more mafia.
And then it was discovered, thanks to the wonderful feminist that Blake Lively is. To people that are wondering in the comments if you should feel bad because she looks anxious, the answer is no, you shouldn't feel bad, and she should be anxious, okay?
Enter Candace Owens, the human truth grenade. While Hollywood elites tiptoed around Blake's trauma, Owens stormed in with a magnifying glass. In a now legendary live stream, she dissected Blake's timeline like a forensic accountant. In December 2024, Blake said Baldoni cornered her on set, but security footage shows them hugging at the wrap party that same month. Owens smirked, flashing screenshots. By February 2025, her lawsuit suddenly claims he threatened her via text, yet her lawyers produced 0 phone records. The contradictions piled up faster than Blake's designer shoe collection. Fans dubbed it the Lively Lies, and memes comparing her to Riverdale's nonsensical plot twists went viral. "At least Riverdale owns its chaos," one Reddit user joked.
And this was really, truly just high school bullying done to the Hollywood extreme.
The kicker? Owens uncovered Blake's real motive. Baldoni was developing a film exposing Hollywood's fake activism, and Blake, fearing it'd mirror her own hypocrisy, allegedly tried to bury it. Cue the gasp heard round the internet. Suddenly, America's sweetheart wasn't a victim, she was a mastermind, and the only thing sharper than Candace's takedown? The sound of Blake's crumbling facade.
She she was a massive bitch.
Let's dive deep into the juicy details. Because Candace Owens didn't just call out Blake Lively, she absolutely demolished her in a way that still got the internet buzzing in a jaw-dropping, viral 45-minute video expose. Complete with rock-solid receipts, Owens ripped the lid off Blake's carefully curated persona, laying bare the shady, manipulative tactics that have everyone questioning the actress's credibility. Buckle up, cause this tea is scalding hot.
Think about how Justin Baldoni felt when he was in that basement at his own movie premiere, and they were laughing and dancing upstairs, thinking that they had almost done it.
Owens dropped a bombshell, alleging Blake's team shelled out big bucks to orchestrate a full-on smear campaign against Justin Baldoni, her It Ends With Us co-star turned legal nemesis. We're talking paid-off journalists churning out hit pieces like it's a Hollywood script. The Daily Mail even had to eat crow and retract one of their stories after discovering they'd been duped with fake info spoon-fed by Blake's PR machine. Caught red-handed, Blake's squad tried to spin it, but the damage was done. X lit up with fans screaming, "Exposed!"
Task is not on the people who caught you doing that thing to extend forgiveness to you when you have not asked for forgiveness.
It gets juicier. Leaked emails, yes. Leaked revealed Blake's team meticulously scripting her so-called emotional interviews down to the last crocodile tear. Remember that gut-wrenching, Oscar-worthy sob fest at the South by Southwest panel in early 2025? Turns out it was pre-written, rehearsed, and about as genuine as a reality TV romance. Owens didn't hold back, calling it a masterclass in fake vulnerability that fooled fans. Until now. Twitter sleuths dug into the leaks, and the hashtags Blake Lively exposed and PR puppet started trending faster than you can say canceled.
That is the important part here, okay?
Blake's story has more flip-flops than a politician in an election year. In December 2024, she went all in, publicly branding Baldoni a predator and leaning hard into her protect women narrative. Fast forward to February 2025, and her legal filings did a 180 so sharp it could give you whiplash. Suddenly backtracking and softening claims like nothing ever happened, Owens pounced on the hypocrisy, quipping, "Blake thought feminism was a get-out-of-jail-free card. Newsflash, we see you, sis." The internet lost its collective mind, with fans and foes alike churning out side-by-side screenshots of Blake's contradictory statements. The receipts don't lie, and neither does the court of public opinion.
When you recapture that in your own imagination, recapture how Justin Baldoni and his family must have felt realizing that if it wasn't for us meddling kids, okay?
Candace's savage takedown didn't just sting, it ignited a wildfire. Blake thought she could play the victim card and cash in on girl power, but the mask is off now, Owens declared, and fans ran with it. Memes flooded X faster than a viral TikTok dance. Think crying Blake photoshopped onto Monopoly boards and get-out-of-jail-free cards stamped with her face. The clapbacks were relentless. Blake's brand is as authentic as a $5 Gucci bag from a street vendor, one user snarked, racking up thousands of likes. Overnight, Blake's once pristine feminist icon image crumbled, leaving her girl power empire looking like a house of cards in a hurricane. This wasn't just a call-out. It was a cultural detonation, and Blake scrambling to pick up the pieces while the internet feasts on the chaos. Stay tuned, because this drama's far from over.
If it wasn't for us meddling kids, he would have effectively been branded as a sexual pervert. That would have been the story of Justin Baldoni.
The internet? Utterly feral, a chaotic popcorn-munching mob tearing into Blake Lively like it's their full-time job. One X-user fired off a brutal shot. Blake Lively is the new Amber Heard. Stop weaponizing tears, girl. The tweet racked up thousands of retweets, setting the tone for the online frenzy. Over on TikTok, the roasting reached cinematic levels. Users stitched together savage edits of Blake's emotional moments synced to Mean Girls clips, captioned with zingers like, "Stop trying to make victim happen, Blake. It's not gonna fetch." One viral video, with Regina George's "Boo You Whore" line perfectly timed to Blake's SXSW sob, hit millions of views in hours.
Looking down in that SNL moment, she doesn't look comfortable. She doesn't. She looks anxious. She looks like she doesn't.
Reddit, ever the detective hive, went full CSI on her legal filings. Threads like Blake Lively's timeline makes zero sense, let's break it down, popped off, with users meticulously charting her December 2024 predator claims against Baldoni and her suspiciously vague February 2025 backpedal. The math ain't mathing, one top comment read, complete with a side-by-side screenshot of her filings that looked like a plot twist even M. Night Shyamalan couldn't dream up. Conspiracy theories flew. Did she fabricate it all? Was this a PR stunt gone wrong? The upvotes poured in, and the skepticism hit fever pitch.
Who was into a category of porn that nobody has ever heard of, which is a woman giving birth. Realized that they sat down, they made threats in an effort to take over his movie. And when they didn't get what they wanted, they were willing to brand him as a sexual predator via one of the most powerful news organizations in the world. Don't forgive it, I will not forget it. But when she comes down and asks for an apology, then we can revisit that question.
Even the feminist camp Blake's supposed safe haven turned on her like a pack of wolves. Activist at Real Feminist Rage dropped a scorching post on X, using Me Too to ruin a man's career with shaky accusations. Blake, you're why people don't trust us anymore. The ouch heard round the world. That one line sparked a firestorm of quote tweets, with some calling it the betrayal of the decade, and others nodding, she's single-handedly set us back years. Blake's girl power armor shattered.
What I do know is that there has definitively been a noticeable transition in Blake Lively's public demeanor, right? We're kind of used to seeing, and pardon my language here, but we're very used to seeing like a bitchy Blake, right? She's very unkind to reporters, and genuinely I think that there's just a lack of a better word there.
Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni emerged as the internet's unlikely hero. His Instagram comments transformed into a hype man's paradise. King, we see you. Stay strong, bro. Blake's the snake. Justice for Justin. Fans flooded his posts with crown emojis and memes of him dodging Blake's lies like Neo in The Matrix. One viral edit even slapped a superhero cape on Baldoni, captioned, "The real victim rises." His silence spoke volumes, and the court of public opinion crowned him the victor without him lifting a finger.
She seems to hate the press junkets over the years. She barely seems to enjoy her fans. She kind of thinks that she's above her fans, thinks she's above the press.
The verdict was unanimous and merciless. Blake was guilty of hypocrisy, of manipulation, of torching her own reputation. The internet became judge, jury, and executioner, and Blake's empire of tears crumbled under the weight of its own contradictions. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a digital bloodbath, and the mob was out for more.
Question is, have they asked for forgiveness? And Blake Lively has not. She's not said sorry. She has not even said sorry to the court. She has not dropped the lawsuit. She has not made a statement. She has not apologized to anyone for attempting to execute an act of perfect evil.
Let's cut through the noise. Blake Lively's epic downfall isn't just about getting caught in a lie. It's the stench of hypocrisy that's choking her out. She's spent years sculpting this glossy, empowering women brand, preaching sisterhood and strength, only to allegedly turn around and try to torch Justin Baldoni's career with nothing but hot air and a shaky story. Candace Owens hit the bullseye with surgical precision. Blake's the type of feminist who screams, "Believe all women from the rooftops," unless she's the one lying through her teeth. That zinger landed like a sledgehammer, and the internet hasn't stopped swinging since.
I believe truly it is not an act to suggest that Blake Lively is anxious at this moment in time with so much on the line and everything that she feels that she's worked for, because people are just not going to watch a movie with Blake Lively in it.
The irony here is thicker than a Hollywood plot twist. Rewind a few years, Blake was out there giving sanctimonious interviews, trashing Tinseltown's toxic PR spin and positioning herself as some beacon of authenticity. Fast forward to 2025 and she's caught red-hand running the same playbook she once condemned, scripting sob stories allegedly paying off journalists and spinning a narrative so flimsy it unraveled faster than a cheap sweater. It's peak poetic justice. Like watching a climate activist preach carbon footprints while hopping a private jet to their next protest. The hypocrisy is so blatant, it's almost performance art.
We just showed you where he brought his mom in to mock Justin Baldoni and to make fun of him and his background and his family and ayahuasca. Blake Lively was present when that was shot. Don't like Ryan Reynolds especially.
The backlash? Brutal and unrelenting. Even feminist heavyweights, her supposed ride or die crew, started bailing. Groups like Time's Up, who'd once cheered her on, went into full damage control mode, quietly scrubbing tweets that had propped her up as a Me Too poster child. When your own allies hit the delete button and ghost you like a bad Tinder date, you know the ship's not just sinking, it's at the bottom of the ocean with the Titanic. Blake's girl power crown? It's tarnished, dented, and collecting dust, while the internet dances on its grave. This isn't just a scandal. It's a masterclass in self-destruction, and Blake's the star pupil.
And I said that immediately when she was on the red carpet with Ryan. He didn't, obviously, because he is, I think, just a narcissist to his core. But, you know, they chose to walk the red carpet, and he was kind of pointing at her.
Here comes the bombshell plot twist no one saw coming. Ryan Reynolds wasn't just playing Deadpool with his snarky quips. He was Blake Lively's full-on partner in crime, allegedly knee-deep in this messy takedown of Justin Baldoni. Leaked texts dropped a nuclear truth bomb, showing Reynolds flexing his Hollywood muscle, pressuring Sony execs to axe Baldoni's projects like some behind-the-scenes mob boss. Candace Owens pounced on it with glee, dragging him into the spotlight. Ryan thought he could play the quirky, lovable hubby card while pulling strings in the shadows. Nope, we're not buying the act anymore.
At the event for South by Southwest, some people are noticing that she's rambling when she's speaking on stage, to the point of almost incoherency, rambling to deal with her angst, right?
The internet absolutely shook. Fans who'd once worshipped Reynolds as the charming, wisecracking golden boy flipped the script overnight. Memes exploded across X. Think Ryan in his Deadpool suit captioned, "But what if we ruin a man's entire career for funsies?" with Blake nodding in the background. One viral edit looped his signature goofy grin with audio of, "Oops, I did it again," racking up millions of views. His nice guy persona, the one built on gin commercials and self-deprecating tweets, crumbled faster than a cookie dunked in coffee, leaving a trail of shocked emojis and "I trusted you" comments in its wake.
She's definitely rambling, and you can sense she's uncomfortable and a lot of hand movements. But I'll also add that even when you see her walking the red carpet, she's suddenly very nice to fans. It's a totally different Blake Lively.
Even the Marvel diehards got in on the action, turning their fandom into a roast fest. Thanos did nothing wrong. Cancel Blake and Ryan instead became the battle cry, complete with fan art of the Purple Titans snapping the couple out of existence. Another ex-post quipped, "Ryan's out here playing Wade Wilson IRL, but the only thing he's killing is his reputation." The Avengers memes hit peak chaos. Reynolds photoshopped into the "I don't feel so good" disintegration scene, captioned, "When your wife's drama drags you down too." The internet turned it into a feeding frenzy, and the once untouchable power couple was now public enemy number one. Talk about a Hollywood heel turn. This duo's blockbuster romance just hit flop territory.
A very mean girl who will even use A-list power and the threat of dragons to take somebody down who just wanted to bring forth a movie that they were passionate about. And I want you to read her text messages and how horrific they were, how quickly her and Ryan decided to use the threat of Taylor Swift to take down Justin Baldoni and make him feel like he was powerless in the world of Hollywood.
Blake Lively's messiest move yet? Dragging none other than Taylor Swift into this dumpster fire. A misstep so wild it's practically a plot twist in a soap opera. Rewind to 2024. Blake and Taylor were the ultimate BFF goals. Cozy coffee dates in NYC, adorable Instagram posts with heart emojis, and Taylor even name-dropping Blake in a Girl Squad interview. It was peak friendship vibes. But when Justin Baldoni's legal team came knocking with subpoenas for Swift's text, oh honey, the tea spilled everywhere. Turns out Blake tried to pull a fast one, allegedly offering Taylor some hush-hush bribe to back up her flimsy story against Baldoni. Big mistake.
Blake's team filed for a slightly modified type of protection order that would include increased protections to third parties. Now, we covered this filing. I told you that essentially what was buried in it was what I would describe as the Taylor Swift clause. If Brian Friedman subpoenas Taylor Swift's text messages, wink, wink, that's what I want to see, and it reveals that actually Taylor Swift was LOLing with Blake Lively about being a dragon. She's like, yeah, I'm a dragon.
Swift's lawyers didn't just decline. They slammed the door shut with a crisp, no-nonsense statement. Taylor has no involvement in this matter and will not be dragged into it. Mic drop. Candace Owens couldn't resist. She cackled into the void. Blake really thought Taylor's squad was gonna ride in and save her? Nah, fam, this ain't 2016. That line lit the fuse and the internet erupted. Enter the Swifties, Taylor's feral army of superfans who wasted no time turning Blake into their next lyrical villain. X became a battlefield. Blake's the reason we can't have nice things. One fan tweeted, quoting Taylor's own song with savage precision. Another declared, "Snake emojis are back, baby," and unleashed a flood of snakes across every Blake post. TikTok joined the fray with edits of Taylor's "Look What You Made Me Do" synced to clips of Blake's teary interviews, captioned, "The old Blake can't come to the phone right now. Why? 'Cause she's canceled." Huh.
I want the Taylor Swift text messages. I deserve the Taylor Swift text messages. Okay, I've worked incredibly hard for the Taylor Swift text messages. Years, okay? Okay, not years, but like everyone can see that I have made a real effort.
The betrayal stung extra hard for Swifties, who'd once embraced Blake as an honorary member of Taylor's inner circle. Now, she's persona non grata, with fans churning out conspiracy threads about how Blake used Taylor's clout to boost her own image before this implosion. One viral X post summed it up. Taylor dodged a bullet, but Blake caught the whole clip. Candace's cackle echoed as the Swiftie wrath rained down, proving Blake's attempt to rope in pop royalty didn't just fail, it turned her into the fandom's public enemy #1. Talk about a bridge burned with a flamethrower.
So let me clarify, I have never spoken to Brian Friedman in my life. And it hurts me deeply. As I said to you guys, like he and I are connected in the stars or something. Like, you know, he might be my brother from another mother.
The final nail in Blake Lively's coffin? A bombshell secret recording that's so damning it's practically a smoking gun. In it, her own agent spills the beans, casually admitting, "We paid journalists $50K to trash Baldoni," like it was a coordinated hit. Candace Owens didn't just leak it, she played it live on her platform, pausing for dramatic effect before dropping the hammer. This isn't feminism, folks, it's straight up fraud and Blake's the ringleader. The audio was crystal clear and the internet collectively gasped as the mask didn't just slip, it shattered.
Okay, not years, but like everyone can see that I have made a real effort. And now that you have name-checked me and I'm under your skin, I'm going to be there for a very long time. I'm not going to let go. I'm like a pit bull, okay? I'm on to you.
But wait, it gets uglier. The recording also caught Blake's team flexing some serious muscle, threatening studios with an ultimatum. Support Blake's narrative or kiss your funding goodbye. We're talking full-on power plays, extortion-level stuff that had ex-users clutching their pearls. Fans wasted no time drawing the obvious parallel. Blake's out here acting like Don Corleone in Prada? One critic tweeted, complete with a photoshopped image of Blake in a pinstripe suit, holding a script instead of an orange. Another viral post quipped, "The offer Hollywood couldn't refuse. Back Blake or sleep with the fishes." The Godfather memes hit overdrive. Think Blake staring down execs with, "I'll make you a star you can't refuse." And the internet ate it up.
Because that's what she has told people in interviews. She's opened up about the fact that she struggles for equality, all of the struggles that she faces on behalf of trying to stand up as a woman.
The fallout was swift and brutal. Hollywood execs, already skittish from the drama, started ghosting her calls like she was a telemarketer on a blacklist. In Tinseltown, where your next gig depends on who's picking up the phone, that's not just a snub, it's a death sentence. Studios that once kissed the ground Blake walked on now treated her like a PR plague, with whispers of toxic asset floating through backroom deals. Candace's broadcast was the match. The recording was the gasoline. Blake's empire didn't just burn, it went up in a fireball, and Hollywood's elite watched from a safe distance, popcorn in hand. Checkmate.
You have to distinguish between the two, what a standard court protective order is and what Blake Lively's team is asking for, which is an attorney's eyes only designation.
By March 2025, yep, we're talking right now, the wreckage of Blake Lively's empire was a full-on apocalyptic mess. Her agency, WME, didn't just distance themselves, they straight up dropped her like a hot potato, issuing a curt, "We no longer represent Ms. Lively," that hit the trades like a thunderclap. Netflix, once eager to bank on her star power, axed her upcoming rom-com project faster than you can say algorithm shift, with sources citing unmanageable PR risks. Even People magazine, her loyal cheerleader through years of glowing profiles and red carpet puff pieces, turned coat with a brutal headline. Blake Lively? Cancelled? The question mark was generous. Readers knew the answer.
Even a little bit bad for her, you reap what you sow. That's correct. And now it is indeed a season of harvest for her. And again,
insiders spilled the tea to anyone who'd listen. She's radioactive. No one wants to touch her drama with a 10-foot pole. Studios, brands, even B-list directors who'd once begged for a cameo were suddenly unavailable or restructuring their slate. Her phone stopped ringing, her inbox dried up, and the Hollywood rumor mill churned out whispers of career kryptonite. It was a fall from grace so steep it could have been a Netflix docuseries, ironically the kind they'd never cast her in now.
That's my brother from another mother, and you're messing with my cousin.
Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni's star shot into the stratosphere, a phoenix rising from Blake's ashes. His indie film, a gritty passion project he'd poured his soul into, premiered at Cannes in early 2025 and got a standing ovation that lasted a full 8 minutes. Critics called it raw and triumphant. The audience didn't just clap, they erupted, chanting, "Justice for Justin!" loud enough to echo through the Palais. Clips of the moment flooded X, with fans dubbing him the comeback king and Hollywood's real hero. Offers poured in. Studios that once sidelined him were now begging for meetings. The contrast was stark. Blake's name became a cautionary tale, while Baldoni's turned into a rallying cry. Karma, it seems, had a front row seat and a killer script.
And I'm pregnant.
Desperate times, desperate measures. Blake Lively's last-ditch effort to claw her way out of the abyss was a tearful apology video that landed with all the grace of a lead balloon. Posted in early March 2025, it was a 2-minute sob fest, but the jig was up the second viewers clocked her eyes darting to the side. Yep, she was reading off a teleprompter, and not even subtly. The comment section turned into a roasting pit. "Where were these tears when you lied about Baldoni?" One user sniped, racking up thousands of likes. Another jabbed, "Nice acting, Blake. Try auditioning for Riverdale next, you might actually fool someone." The shade was relentless. Think Emmy for fakest cry and save the tears for your next PR script. It wasn't an apology, it was a performance, and the audience wasn't buying tickets.
I am under your skin. I'm so excited. I'm under their skin. Blake and Ryan are watching.
Candace Owens, never one to miss a swing, torched it on her next live stream. An apology without changed behavior isn't accountability, it's manipulation, plain and simple. Blake's still playing the victim card, but the deck's run out. Her followers ran with it, flooding X with manipulation, not apology, and memes of Blake wiping crocodile tears with a script labeled Take 47. The clapback cemented what everyone already suspected. This was damage control, not remorse, and it only dug her hole deeper.
We just read through this. We showed the public that's what you're doing. So I don't understand why I got name checked here. And then just to say, predictably, the media outlets picked up the same narrative. They're like, they got me out here looking like Regina George when she cuts her shirt.
The ultimate gut punch? Even Ryan Reynolds' mom, yes, Tammy Reynolds, hit the unfollow button on Blake's Instagram. A silent but savage mic drop from the family camp. Screenshots of the unfollows spread like wildfire, with fans gasping, "When your mother-in-law bails, it's over." The move was petty, public, and poetic. Blake's inner circle was shrinking faster than her career prospects. Between the teleprompter flop, Candace's knockout, and Tammy's Instagram shade, Blake's Hail Mary play didn't just miss, it backfired spectacularly. Ouch, doesn't even cover it. This was a...
She was a massive bitch.
So, was Blake Lively's downfall deserved? Drop a snake in the comments. Smash that like button if you're Team Candace Owens. And subscribe for more celebrity takedowns. Want Blake's Taylor Swift text? So do we. Until next time, remember, Hollywood's lies always crumble, and we'll be here to document every single second. Stay messy, fam.